sitting under this powerful oak, just soaking up the energy on the edge of the Curragh, the little Curragh. Energy here this morning, just after a rainfall, and the smells here and the birds, it's just so divine, meditative, healing, like the land is supposed to be, if we know how to talk to it.
What is our Curragh, and what is its status, and what have we done for it? Its heritage includes the activities of ordinary people of millennia of yesterday that have stood the test of time, evident today by the Curragh's semi-natural wildlife, archaeology, artists, shepherds and shepherdesses, since before St. Bridget of some 1500 years ago. Though typically they are invisible today, their activities are a vital, active and integral part of the makeup of our open plain, of our Curragh of Kildare today. More importantly, securing and ensuring their continuance into both its and our future, of our treasure of our Curragh of Kildare, is the real test of whether or not we truly choose to know, value and properly appreciate its heritage. For, arguably relentless since time began, its significant invisible attributes and ordinary people's contributions. We hope you will bring away with you an appreciation of aspects of our Curragh, likely unknown to you before, and as conveyed to you by ordinary people for all. We also intend to challenge all viewers a little as to their values that they bestow or choose to enhance our Curragh, and how they wish to partake with us for its better protection. Our call for our Curragh to be made a special area of conservation, and to open what you, the viewer, can do if you would like to contact us to support our call for same. So what is our understanding of our Curragh, and what is its status? Our Curragh is unique in its representativity, in its field, in the whole of our European Union, which is why it merits its status to be a special area of conservation, to secure its nature, its people, its unique landscape. Currently, it has no more than only a proposed natural heritage status bestowed on it. The Curragh, spanning circa 2,000 hectares or 5,000 acres, is much more than the preceding. It is a geological outwash plain, which means in the Ice Age, as a huge ice glacier passed or melted, it left behind it a great big load of gravel, arguably in a chaotic mess, into something like a 21-meter deep huge rock basin. The top of the gravelly deposit is relatively flat, but at local level it is not flat, being full of shallow up and down undulating hills and hollows, with some extended flatter areas here and there.
I was born and reared on the edge of the Curragh, just down the road. My father, Paddy Murphy, was a sheep farmer on the Curragh, as was my mother, Anne. Women worked hard those days, as they still do. My name is Elizabeth Ann Murphy, known as Bet or Betty. I'm called after my great-great-grandmother, Elizabeth Collins Murphy, and also my great-great-grandmother, Anne Moore Foley. The name Moore, Collins, Murphy is ancient here on the Curragh and can be found in many of the petty sessions of penal times. when people were penalised for trespassing on the Curragh. You wouldn't think it today, but that's what happened. And the Curragh was not belonging to the people. And the Curragh does belong to the people. And today we're celebrating the voices of the people of the Curragh. I'm sitting under this oak tree here, absolute mass of acorns. And this is Paddy Murphy's oak. This is my father's oak. And we're just after measuring the girt. And we have calculated that it's 88 years old, which would have been planted by my father when he was roughly around the age of 14. So it's a joy. My connection with the Curragh, of course, most people on the Curragh have some kind of connection. We're all connected with the Curragh in various ways, and my connection is with the creativity, the inspiration that it gives me to create, the groundingness also.
In Ireland, upon entering a room and leaving a door open, many of us will recall receiving a sharp cutting comment of the order of, "Hey, were there no doors where you come from?" Or, "Were you born and raised in the middle of the Curragh? Will you pull that bush behind you?" Well, there is one man, not so visible Curragh sheep farmer Sam Naughton, who can truthfully, proudly and loudly answer, "Yes. There were no doors where I came from." So were you born on the Curragh?
Born right here. 1950, right, born in the middle of the Curragh.
And how long did you live here for?
Roughly 4 or 5 years.
And you say your house was here? In amongst these trees?
Yeah.
So yes, he was born and raised in the middle of the Curragh. And no, there were no bushes to pull behind him. Locally known living legend, Sam Naughton, now in his 70s, fit and active and working away, grew up in the middle of the wide open spaces of 5,000 acres of unfenced Curragh in the 1950s. Pretty much at the peak of an undulating hill, a few hundred meters set back from the motorway of today, at the centre of what is now an unfriendly 800-acre spiked concrete paling enclosure, where from his now long since demolished family home by Wesley House, he ran free and enjoyed the open space with panoramic views all around as far as the eye could see. Sam's unique experience of being born and raised to the wide open spaces, to sheep farming, befits to be celebrated, encountered and appreciated as an integral part of everyday life, of less known but vital to our cultural heritage and ongoing of our Curragh of Kildare, where there are no doors where Sam comes from. Archaeologically on the Curragh, most or all ring forts or rah are simpler in nature, with one ring. However, one of our first gems to bring you from the Curragh is a double ring fort, rah, near Whitesland, east, adjacent to O'Neill's Lane, but on the Little Curragh. Featuring in the centre of the exterior rah is the interior rah, earthen feature, notwithstanding someone's evident attempt at its alteration in relatively more recent times, and the inevitable leguminous furze growth. These are from the Bronze Age, 1,000 years ago. These ring fort bases or rahs that we see today are a little like as we may see the remnants of a foundation of a house that is long since gone. They are circa 1,000 years old from the Bronze Age. Depending on the extent of the circular fortress, they may also have had elevated platform walkways attached to the inside of their staked walls, from which they had greater advantage to defend themselves against aggressors.
My name is Anna Snell. I'm a sheep farmer on the Curragh. I'm going to show you how to shear a sheep. I also have a business on the side, Art Photography, and here's some of my photographs. 2 are up from the Curragh and 1's off a neighbour's dog. I also do a calendar.
Okay, hi, Michael Rowley here. I've been painting on the Curragh for the last 25 years. I'm a plein air painter, which is basically what you see in the movies. Guy or girl going out with an easel into the countryside and painting what's before them. This is my interpretation of the Long Hill or Braveheart Hill or Hamburger Hill. It became synonymous with Mel Gibson's Braveheart, which was made all over here in the summer of 1994. So next year is the 30th anniversary of them since they made that film. For the last few years I've been painting in aisles, so I would have stood very close to this location here last year, and I would have painted this in situ, which basically means your equipment is in front of you and you just paint what's there before you. My family's surname changed in 1919 when my grandfather married a local woman called Moore, and the Moorns originated in Naughton, and within the space of 180 years they worked their way down to Brownstown and the Cutbush area. So they go back in shepherding and in farming, you're talking maybe to at least the 1770s, so it's intergenerational. I've always shepherded, and we have been doing like since as far as I can remember, and before that again. So from my perspective it's quite interesting. Like, I've always walked the Curragh, like generations of my family have been shepherds here, and I just paint what they would have walked on over the generations. So I built quite a lot of it down to the Ballysacks area, like the back of my hand, and it became a very interesting subject matter to paint. A few great and famous artists like Jack B. Yeats and maybe Louis de Broglie have done the odd painting here over the years, but I'm not aware of anyone that's plein air painting on the Curragh before or since I came along.
I'm in first class.
You're in first class? Very good. So that lamb was inside the yoke and now it's outside the yoke. And this is all the things that are attached. When he's inside the yoke, he's attached by a blood vessel. But you realise then that he's fresh born. You see how he's all born wet? You see?
That's how you two were born too.
So I'm not at all worried for you if you touch him. See the wet now? Feel him that he's wet. Right? Put your hand right down on it. That's it. You see the slime on it? I had somebody who said, oh God, there was two people, a friend of my sister's came over. They were bankers.
Yeah.
And one was from England, one from Paris. And the girl said,
why does these like these red pieces come out?
Because it's the blood.
that's his name.
Babies came out. So they were born.